keep asking me to ask you. A lot of people keep asking me to ask you about adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. That's nasty stuff right there. And that was something that is extracted from children who have been scared half to death by being beaten half to death, harassed half to death, and then murdered. And then that blood is turned around and is drained, and they utilize it. It's a very potent type of nastiness. A little dab will do you. That's what Hollywood, a lot of those actors got struck out on from a lot of murdered children. That's why I said to you, this is hell. We are on the surface of this planet, bro. This right here, where we're at, this is hell.
I agree. They said, will it stop me? Yeah, we know what it is here, like adrenochrome. But like I wanted you to get in a little more detail of the players. Because I already yesterday I had the whole list and I was breaking it down to them. I mean, you really ain't gotta go. We already went there. Like they know. Y'all know what it is. You know what it is, people. Like I was breaking it down to them yesterday, and people just look for more confirmation. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all everyone hear from somebody else. Like, yo, ask her about adrenochrome, so you can bring it up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, a lot of your celebrities got caught up in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of your celebrities that have been indicted. Oprah was indicted. Oprah was running a trafficking ring right out of Africa, paying the parents to live very well, so she had her own thing popping off, but she's been indicted. Tom Hanks is dead. Been dead since May the 4th. They gave him lethal injection. So anything you see or hear of him at this point is nothing more than just either a hologram or his brother talking. His brother sounds just like Ellen DeGeneres. Out of here. They're utilizing her for other purposes, but she's out of here. A lot of Hollywood players, a lot of people that was on them Epstein planes, a lot of people that you wouldn't even think was on them Epstein planes was participating. Madonna's a vampire, straight up point blank. You guys go to Madonna's page right now, and y'all think I'm bullshit. And let me tell you something about them. They are real. They wasn't bullshit when they put those movies out about vampires. They're very real, and what you see in the movie is really what it is. Madonna is 60 years old. If you go back and you look at her 2011, 12, 13 photos, look at her back then, and then go to her Instagram and look at her now.
Right.
That, my ladies and gentlemen, has nothing to do with plastic surgery. So for those of you who are saying, oh, well, she's probably got some, no, honey, not enough plastic surgery in the world is going to do that for no Caucasian-ass woman. Ain't going to happen. Okay? She was turned about 3 years ago. She was turned. So you are looking at a real-life vampire right there in front of your face. Go and look at her Instagram page. This woman's 60 years old. She looks like she's in her 30s.
Yep.
And she literally transformed overnight. It's not a game. That is a vampire right there. And there are plenty of them in Hollywood that do exist. Make sure you're clear about that.
Vlad Impala was a real live vampire.
He was sitting at the back. And they didn't even hide that shit. They had the Pope sitting right there in front of it, right smack dead in front of the damn thing. That's the shit that killed me. And then on top of that, not only did they have the Pope sitting, did y'all see that damn thing that branched down the shit when the Pope was sitting in this chair, and there was this hideous looking thing branching out? That was him. They put it. See, one thing about these people, I tell people that they are hiding in plain sight. They will hide what they are in plain sight. You just have to know what to look for. This ain't not public knowledge. If you only stupid enough to put the stuff out there in the public and you got a critical eye to see, then you got a critical eye to see. Most people are not taught about critical thinking, and most people are not taught on how to critically see things that the average person cannot see. But when you watch your movies, I see all types of symbolism and shit going on in the damn movies. That's how I'm able to tell what's going on, what's getting ready to happen next, because of the things that they're putting in the damn movies.
That's a fact.
I be breaking that whole thing down. And Cap's like, damn, how did you see all that? Get all that out of that. I said, I don't know. I can just see. I can just see. I can see the message within the message. I can see it.
What about Kobe?
So they don't hide it. If you know what to look for, they don't hide it.
Well,
See, the way they look at it is they can absolve themselves of karma by telling you what they're going to do to you before they do it. Some of them may call it predictive programming. Okay? But nonetheless, in their minds, if we tell you this is what we're going to do to you, then this is it. But see, I'll explain to you about something about that. Something you got to watch for with these folks. Well, my experience from what I've observed for a long period of time has always been this. When they decided they're going to move on us, they're not going to tell us shit. They didn't tell us about the pandemic before they moved on us with this pandemic, remember?
Uh-huh.
About no damn pandemic. They just moved on it. All you know is the last thing you heard was Harvey Weinstein had got convicted.
Yeah.
And the Rikers. Right after that happened, because Kobe got killed. Remember, Kobe got killed. Gail did her bullshit on the Kobe story. Remember that? She did her bullshit. Then came the Harvey Weinstein trials. He got convicted. Right after the conviction, bam! COVID-19 pandemic. Oh my God, everybody's gonna die. Remember that? So, it's just been my experience by watching things. Usually the way they move is they're just going to strike on you. They're not going to tell you when they're going to strike. They're just going to strike on you. And you're not going to know how they're going to strike. They're just going to strike. So when they do this pandemic, they struck. Just like that. Boom. Nobody saw that shit coming. Nobody seen it coming. Who would have ever thought that what we experienced in 2020 was what we were going to experience in 2020 and what we'll continue to experience in 2020? It ain't been the same since. Listen, man. As soon as that 2020 came in the gate, all hell broke loose.
From the gate.
And if you remember Juice WRLD, didn't Juice WRLD die? And he died the first month. Or was that December when he died?
She probably would. I don't remember. I
know between like December and January when he died, I knew then shit was going to hit the fan. I said, oh shit. Shit ain't gonna hit the fan. I said, this shit ain't even starting off right. Then came Kobe. I said, oh my God. And that wasn't no government nothing with Kobe. That was something else that got Kobe. That would have nothing to do with no Illuminati. That didn't have nothing to do with none of that. But somebody did get him, but it wasn't them. All you gotta do is pay attention who moved to the forefront of everything. Pay attention to who moved to the forefront of this whole shit operation. I always tell people things seem to be things are. I said when it comes to Kobe's death, it goes a little bit closer to home than what most people think.
Wow, that's a new rabbit hole for me because I was stuck on the big. You gotta study certain people and what they into on a spiritual level, and I'll tell you everything you need to know right there. Who stood the most fortunate out of that situation? Who's now come to the forefront? Whose followers went from 1 million to now they're 15 million? Who's at the forefront of everything? Look at how people are moving. You're moving real good right now for someone who's supposed to be warring over someone. Only problem is you just didn't know that you was going to lose a piece of yourself in the process, as that practitioner told her she would, which was her daughter. Wow. It's crazy because they asked me to ask you about Kobe, but you brought it up yourself. It's just